I was many months in job transition, networking, and moved into a line of work that requires me to network all the time. So I'm sort of putting my compulsion to use in my career, so that's good. So what is networking? Well, what it is not is exchanging business cards. Once you've exchanged the business card, what you've done is exchange the business card. That's really all there is to it. So the reason I say that is after a month or 2 or 3 of doing this, you're collecting all these business cards, and now you have a bunch of business cards and you're looking at them, and the person you gave your card to is looking at them, and by itself just didn't accomplish anything except for get a card file going. So really what networking is a web of people connected through common contacts, people connecting with people for reciprocal benefit, linking ideas and resources, and relationship building for purposes of helping others achieve their goals. That's the high calling of networking. The low use of the business cards is, not that helpful. You want business cards, don't get me wrong, but you want to be able to do that. But you want to write notes on them. You want to say, when can we get together for coffee? How can I help you? Where were you working before? This is how you can help me. This is what I'm looking for. And build a relationship of trust that the person, you're actually building equity with the person. Proverbs 22:1 says that a good name is worth more than silver and gold. And so, precious jewels. So you're wanting to leverage another person's name. What is networking? Not exchanging business cards. This black dot in the middle of this diagram is me. I used to be the little guy on the upper left. I'm now in the middle just because I've gotten so many contacts and stuff. So there are people in your world that represent that black dot. You don't see them, you don't see dots. I see dots. So you need to start seeing dots. You know what I mean? You want to see who those people are that are connected. In your church, there's some, in your neighborhood, and there are people known to be connectors. So you need to find them and leverage their networks. If you want to start networking today, you're not going to have a good network for about 18 months. And so you need to jump on somebody else's train. And that's what I'm trying to influence you here. Find somebody like that who already has a network who can help you. And then meanwhile, build your network. So why network? Now, if you're the kind of person that gets up in the morning and stays all day on the job boards and sends a resume to Monster and hoping that that's going to be the answer to your job search, you're in the 25 to 50% of the people that will find their next job. Statistics show that 50 to 75% of jobs will be obtained by a referral, somebody referring you in. And so since you don't have a name that typically is known by the business owner, hiring manager, or HR department, you're going to use the name of the person referring you. And that's what I call leveraging a name. So if you can get a name, it's easier to have a telephone conversation. If you can have a name referring you, the person who already has that equity, then that is the avenue to your next job. So I like the idea of networking and always being in that mode as a place where you're going to find that connection will eventually connect you. Will they all? Of course not. You're going to get 500 of these things and only one of them is going to lead to. So don't get discouraged, but that was for nothing. It's never for nothing, okay? God's using all of it. So people hire people, not resumes. That was well pointed out. It's an investment. And the more you invest, the flywheel will start gaining momentum. It will start working for you. And you want to keep that flywheel going, even if you're in a job or if you're a consultant, like Harley pointed out. Once the job ends, if you don't have your network all ready to go, then it's going to take a long time. to get that back up. It's likely it will be not the last time you're here. Some of the statistics are getting scarier about that, how employers have less loyalty to their employees. The value of your network can be measured in months of salary required to build it. So if you make $5,000 a month and it takes you 6 months to get your network going, it could be worth $30,000 to you just to keep a network fresh. You understand that math? If you're out of a job for a year, then it multiply 5 times 12 or whatever, however long it takes you to get your new job, it's going to be facilitated by having a network. So keep it fresh. The goals of networking, of course, you're going to say, well, it's to get a job. Well, if you go into it with that attitude, then it won't work as well as if you go into it with the attitude of helping others, the perspective. Meet people, become memorable. How do you become memorable? You let people know how they can help you. You become a good listener. You become a giver. You leverage names in conversations with decision makers. So you want to get into those places, those centers of influence, like I showed the big black dot in the middle. Those people can help you. And so your goal should be always to help, to be connected, to know the names of people who can help. You want to gather information, identify connectors. Like I said, who are they in your church? Who are they in your neighborhood? Who are the, like who does your taxes? That person probably knows a lot of people. And they're all over, but you need to start thinking in this way. You got to communicate. You can't be too introverted about this. You got to kind of get outside some of your fears of people and crowds and things like that. Keep records, become organized. I was the least organized person on the planet when I started into this thing. And I've gotten to the place where I use Outlook to really help me with the address book and my calendar, and have a telephone PDA that syncs up, and I'm like I always have my reminder going off because, again, I'm this ADD person that forgets all about where I should be right now, and something shiny goes by and I'm distracted. And so if you're really a disorganized person, become organized. It can happen. It happened to me, I can tell you. And you can actually look smart. So you want to determine your professional objective, your target market, your core message, locate organizations that are a fit with culture, values, style, industries, and stuff like that. Because if you say, Jeff, hey, give me a hand here, I'm sending you my resume, get back to me, read it and get back to me. I really don't know where your heart is. You need to tell me where your heart is, and that information there will tell me a little bit about where your heart is. I mean, if you're saying that, hey, I would really like a job, like whatever comes up, just think about me, that's way too vague. So you have to get all this stuff figured out in your own mind first, and then communicate it to others so that they can say, hey, I see a square here and a square peg here. Put the square peg in a square hole, and that works. But square peg, round hole doesn't work so good. So I'm wanting to know, I want to put you in a place that you're going to fit and enjoy that for a long time. And I want the person I refer you to say, boy, that was a great referral. That person fit that job perfectly. So you're going to have to be able to tell me what it is that you really want. And that might exclude you from being a clerk when you have no clerical skills, but that's what you want. It'll take you a little bit longer to find that job if you will not just do anything, but you're going to be happier in that job that you hold out for.